I'm a fan.
Welcome to this week's episode of Tracking the Wolves with your voice of the Wolves. That's me, Ben Root. Let's look back at another busy week of Northern sports. Walks Arena was rocking Friday and Saturday as the NSU basketball teams took on some strong competition from the South. Starting with the ladies, Northern got an amazing performance from Devin Brecky against Mankato, knocking off the Mavericks 85-80, and then they used some solid defense and free throw shooting to edge Concordia St. Paul 54-49. On Friday, Brecky hit for 30 points and dished out 6 assists, both of which were career highs in helping Northern to the victory. Rachel Krogman was a solid 22-point performance, and Sadie Stotesbury finished with 14 points to go with 12 rebounds and 5 assists, both of those season highs. Brecky went 13-13 at the free throw line. That was just one shy of the school record for a game. Next night, Wolves survived a defensive battle with the Golden Bears, taking that one 54-49. 49 points were a season low for Concordia St. Paul. Krogman led the charge in this one with 20 points. Brecky and Paige Wojtaszek each sunk 10. And Brecky, for her efforts, earned the NSIC North Player of the Week honors. Northern women are now 3 games up on second-place Moorhead in the North Division. On the men's side, Wolves had to endure a pair of one-point games and an overtime over the weekend. Friday, Northern escaped with a thrilling 73-72 win over 18th-ranked Mankato. DJ Pollard was the star of the night, piling up a career-high 28 points, including a 3-point bucket for the win with 1.9 seconds remaining. Seth Bashan helped out with 14, and Darren Paterka scored all of his points in the second half, finishing with 13. Mavs' 72 points were a season low, and their field goal percentage was a season low as well at 42. The next night, just as dramatic or even more dramatic because we got an overtime, but the ending not quite as happy for Northern fans. Guys went back and forth with Concordia St. Paul, ended up tied at the end of the first half and at the end of the second half, meaning we got that first conference OT of the season for Northern. And in the bonus session, the team swapped buckets again before Therese Van Pelt hit a right wing jumper with 4.2 seconds to go, and that was the difference maker in the 66-65 win by the Golden Bears. Northern's final chance at a shot was turned over at midcourt to end the game. Sky Warwick led the team with 14. Ty Storiston close behind with 13, while Mitch White racked up a career-high 10 rebounds to lead Northern to a +11 advantage on the glass, but it wasn't enough to get the W. NSU is now 12-4 in conference, 3 games behind Moorhead and 3 games up on third-place St. Cloud State University. One more win would assure the men of a home game when the NSIC postseason tournament begins. In track and field action, the teams turned in some solid marks in Moorhead, Minnesota Saturday. Northern women won 3 events at the meet, while the men took home 2 titles. Cross-country All-American Sasha Hoveen got back to her winning ways. She took the title in the mile by over 5 seconds. Brianne Jackson also claimed gold, winning the weight throw, and the women's distance medley relay team of Lindsey Gass, Josie Osterman, Stacey McDonald, and Hoveen also turned in a first-place performance. On the guys' side, it was a couple relay squads snagging titles. The 4x400 relay squad of Nick Lindworm, Brandon Crine, Mark Gilkerson, and Cameron Sanis won their event, and the 4x800 team of Crine, Sanis, Clay Danielson, and Hunter Koff won their race as well. As for the teams collectively, NSU squads both ended up in 4th place, with the competition including 11 women's teams and 10 men's squads. And finally, your Northern wrestling team notched its first dual win of the season Thursday when they downed Jamestown University 30-20. 4 of NSU's 6 wins were via pin, courtesy of Joe Gomez, Sean Havlovic, Tyler Frost, and Blake Perryman. Grant Steen and Dustin Caspers each won by decision to round out the 6 Northern victories. That's a look at last week's action. We'll talk more Northern sports, including some women's basketball chat with Lauren Deadrick when we come back on Tracking the Wolves.
NCAA championships are something special.
Filled with memories we will carry with us for the rest of our lives.
We ask that you cheer hard for your institutions.
acting responsibly and courteously towards those around you.
In the spirit of sportsmanship, enjoy the game, and let's provide our student athletes, coaches, officials, and fellow fans the respect they deserve.
Welcome back to Tracking the Wolves with your voice of the Wolves, yours truly, Ben Root, and time to talk some hoops on this edition of Tracking the Wolves. And joining us from the women's squad out of Waconia, Minnesota, it's 6'2" junior center Lauren Deadrick with us. How's it going, Lauren?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Coming in from Waconia, a little bit west of Minneapolis, what should we know about your home city?
Well, it's all based around lakes, so we like to spend our summers out in the lakes there. It's a nice area.
There's a lot of small lakes that I know somebody like me from California might not call a lake, but you've got one of the bigger ones though, right? Kind of looks like from what I saw.
Yeah, it's a big one around the metro, so it's fun.
When you're back home, what are some of your top places to go eat?
I miss Chipotle a lot. Everyone says Qdoba is better, but it's not.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Anybody ever tell you look like Californian at all? Because I don't know, to me, it looked like you could be from California, not from Minnesota.
No, I get the, you have a Valley Girl accent though when I talk, so I guess that could work as being Californian.
Back in high school, did you play any other sports, or was it all basketball for you?
No, I ran track, cross country, and played volleyball, so I was a busy athlete in high school.
Was it a tough decision to play basketball, or?
No, not really. I figured I was always going to play basketball in college.
And you played the same position, I'm guessing, in high school too?
Yep.
Now, also on the team, Stephanie Dressen came from the same high school. She's a sophomore right now. Did you have any part in the, recruiting of her, bringing her over?
I mean, a little bit, yeah. Coach Fred had me talk to her a couple times, but we always played high school basketball together, and then we played on the same AAU team as well, or the Fury. So I think we always kind of just stuck together.
Are you guys roomies too, or?
No.
No. Okay. Who's your roommate? Is anybody on the team, or?
Devin and a couple soccer girls.
I was gonna say, what's the best thing about having Devin as a roomie?
Oh gosh, I don't know. We're best friends, so it's just nice having her so close and getting to hang out all the time.
You take any credit for the big weekend she had then, or?
No, I'd like to say I did, but I don't know what happened, what got into her. She just had a great weekend.
Yeah, nice game for her over the weekend, and NSIC North Player of the Week, so it was good to see. Looking at the team overall this year, good season, 19-3 overall. Is it about what you expected going into the season, or how's it compared to what you thought it was going to be like so far?
I think we had high expectations going into this season. We knew we had a strong senior class, and then we had a strong year last year, so we just had high hopes for this year.
Looking at how your season's gone, kind of up and downs, you've had some good games and some games where you haven't been out maybe as much. What are you happy with your play this year, and where do you need some work?
I know that I've been doing well in rebounding, and defensively I can play decent. I need to work more on my offense. I'd like to be able to be strong in the post like Rachel and make some good moves like her. So that's my hopes for me to get stronger in there.
Is Rachel the one that's kind of helped you the most through your first few years here?
Yeah, her and Sadie definitely. I know Sadie helped me right away when I got here and learning all the plays. I was freaking out, so it's been helpful from both of the bigs.
Kind of intimidating the book, I guess you guys probably got with all the stuff.
All 300 plays or whatever it is.
What's the best tip, I guess, that somebody's given you as far as learning that, or just coming into the program?
Well, my head coach my senior year at Waconia was a grad assistant here at Northern one time. So he helped me learning some plays coming in and really kind of prepared me my senior year. So that was nice.
Yeah, it's a lot. Any help you can get, I guess, probably going from high school to college be a big help. You've got the dinged up shoulder, you wear the sleeve. Was that a tough adjustment for you, or?
Yeah, it's It gets pretty hot and it's kind of restricting, so I don't know. I'm used to it now though.
Is that the worst injury you've had, is what's going on with that right now, or?
Yeah, I have a torn labrum, so that kind of because it hurts, but whatever. And then I've had my knee, the bone bruise I had last year, had me out for a couple months too, so.
Okay.
Never really been injured before those two.
Haven't had to go under the knife yet or anything like that, though?
Not yet. We'll see after season.
On the student side of things, how are things going in the classroom with your marketing major and everything?
I really love it. I didn't know what I was going to go into originally as a freshman, and now all my classes that I'm in are awesome, and I really enjoy learning that stuff.
You like being done with all the GA stuff?
Yeah, like the general stuff I was not a fan of. Biology is not my strong suit, but all the marketing and advertising is really intriguing to me, so.
Cool. Is there anything particular you're looking to do after college?
Not yet. I mean, I'm keeping my options open. Both my parents are business people, so I'm hoping they can help me out. So.
Cool. And to wrap things up, as we chat with Lauren Deadrick here, what 3 things would you take on a long road trip, as far as like if you're going to listen to maybe CDs or watch a movie or read a book or something? How would you kill some time?
I love Ed Sheeran, so I would probably bring Ed Sheeran album with me. And I really like knitting and crocheting, so that kills time on the bus. And I don't read. I guess you could say I like Sam Hunt too, so I could bring that album with me too.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we'll be hitting the road this week, and we'll see how Lauren and the Wolves do down in Wayne America and at Augie's place later on this week. We'll talk about that full schedule coming up next here on Tracking the Wolves.
We know you want family-friendly sporting events.
Sporting events where you can be comfortable
and entertained in a positive environment. Watching great individuals and teams compete.
With commitment, effort, and good sportsmanship. That's what the Division II Game Environment Initiative is about.
Be a part of the excitement and find out why.
These student athletes say with pride,
I chose
Division II.
Welcome back here on Tracking the Wolves. Let's wrap things up with a check of the week to come in Northern sports. On Wednesday, the Northern Wrestlers will have a second straight non-conference duel as they duke it out with Dickinson, North Dakota. Also, the signing day fiesta, if you will, is coming up Wednesday night at Loggers Inn as we find out who is signing on to play football for NSU in the future. The men and women of track and field are going to take a trip to Fargo for the Thundering Herd Classic. That's coming up on Friday and Saturday. And the NSU Hoopsters are loading up the buses for a trip south to take on the top teams in that division. First road trip to Sioux Falls, taking on Augustana starting at 6 o'clock Friday. Then the teams head down the highway to Wayne America, going up against the Wildcats in Nebraska starting at 4 o'clock on Saturday. All those dribbling dramatics can be heard at ESPN 1420 1071 and at ESPNaberdeen.com. That puts another episode of Tracking the Wolves away for this week. To stay up to date on the latest Northern sports notes, join me again next week for another episode of Tracking the Wolves. But till then, as always, go Wolves.